about a 16 CS lead for Stixay, and the bot grabbed when they took down Sneaky in that first play when they were taking down Darshan. So good trades all around the map to keep the game even so far.
And we definitely have to talk about Stixay because his performances, we talk about 5 losses here for Counter Logic Gaming, but in the losses, his, like, Varus, 1-1 and 3 in terms of score. Hold on, rain over, looking for Blabber.
Oh,
wow.
A lot of big damage to start things off. The front end nuke makes Blabber use the ult quickly. And just like a Lee Sin pick, the Gragas cast, knocking them out of the Lamb's Respite, still getting the res on the Chrono Shift. And in comes Sneaky. Killer Instinct is there. They're trying to round warp out of this party. And Sneaky, at Zazel being present, causes CLG to back off.
That was roll call right there. Everybody showing up to class like, oh, I'm here, don't worry about it. And like everybody getting it right on time. That was Sneaky coming in to kind of clean that one up because it looked like it was going to go the way of CLG, but Zazel getting the ultimate, having them apply marks, and allowing the plasma to go off. But Blabber walks over Vision. Huhi plays forward, and then gets chunked so hard there. The red smite comes down to save himself, the ultimate on top of it, and then Jensen's ultimate as Blabber gets booted out. The typical kind of Gragas counterpick is what you see there. And then, yeah, that was, Zazel went in with W and Flash, and he got taunted. And so he wanted to actually use the ultimate to interrupt, and he actually couldn't get it off in time. He only gets it off after the taunt.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Super Flash. Very nicely done. Taunt Flash and dodge from Sneaky. Both really trying to put the high caliber play into action there.
Well, the fun one is when somebody taunts and then doesn't flash, and they play the mind game and get your flash for free. But that's kind of why I like that, and that was impressive because Sneaky read this is the one where he's flashing on you.
Storm Razor Blade finished on that bot side. Rod to staff finish for Huki, and Jensen in the mid. Still waiting for that core item on the top where we've had a lot of action from these two. See how much money they're actually sitting on. About 1,500 each, which is good. So just waiting to back once they get the chance.
So junglers will probably want to play around that area because it means that the top laners are relatively weak in comparison. Like, that's something that a lot of people don't consider is when you go to gank a lane that hasn't purchased yet and they're sitting on a lot of gold, like they really want to back, that's the time to gank it because you as a jungler are going to be stronger than that top laner. So even if you want to just exert yourself or overexert yourself, you're going to be able to be very effective there. And you can see Licorice popping the ultimate, Darshan, yeah, Spidey sense is tingling, and in fact the wards are going to help him too.
Whoa, going pretty hard on this one. Looks like Rainover will deter them from any farther of a gank. Teleport in from Double Lift very quick.
That's
sorry,
Zazel.
Zazel, you're right. So many teleports now, good lord. I looked down and I thought I saw a Double Lift come up. He's in mid. Turret will go down as Zazel tanks so they can start it off early. And a 15 minutes in, top turret's going to fall, and first turret of the game for Cloud9.
Yeah, it's something that some supports have been doing where you take teleport because it got nerfed to have a 6-minute cooldown.
Right.
You take teleport, and then you take Summoner Spellbook. So by the time it's back up, you've already used all these extra summoners from the Summoner Spellbook. So you kind of just flip through those pages and you're waiting for TP to come up. And you're like, oh, exhaust, heal, ignite. All right, we got all this stuff going, boom,
heal.
and then you're back to your TP.
Now he's on to heal. Simple as that. Ocean Drake now going to be traded over. Cloud9 with an Ocean. CLG will secure their own. Huhi starts to make a bit of a lead in the mid lane. Gets good pressure onto the Dragon for his team. Pushing in, Jensen's going to stop him now from getting around with Brazilian speed, and Huhi might be able to start a bit of that roam.
Wave clear!
Heck yeah.
I guess that's how the on-hit cannon uses the ulti.
It is super interesting to see, but
it's funny because yesterday I was casting with Flowers and saw, oh, hold on. Okay, I was casting with Flowers and the Lorlo's cannon like E'd the wave and then was about to W it, and Flowers like put up finger guns like, bam, it's gonna be a great wave clear. And I did like half the damage to the wave, and he was like really disappointed. And I could see it on his face. He was shocked. He was like, wait, it didn't clear the wave? Like, yeah, that's AD cannon. It does nothing to the wave. You have to have like Runan's Hurricane or I mean, Static Shiv would be funny because you had lightning on your lightning, but it is like really bad at actually getting priority. You have to be kind of a 1v1 bot. He's losing it by 20 CS. He's the only lane in this composition that's actually losing in CS because Darshan got camped, and you have to play aggressive, and then your jungler has to be able to kind of make sure that you're safe. But hold on, Rainover. They found Sneaky in the jungle.
Oh, the flash hit again. Sneaky getting himself that speed steroid. Just dodges to safety. as Stixay enters the fray. That Rift Herald was grabbed on the top side, and Licorice and Blabber now about to have some fun as they creep out of the fog of war. Darshan flashes up, lightning rushes there. He now has vision of them off the ward, and he says, I'm going to your base this time. Teleports up, and he might try to use that to get out of this.
Yeah, there's no CC out of those guys, so he's actually TPing to the bottom side, and they're going to 4-man push bot.
The cavalry has arrived.
TP
coming in from Jensen in the mid lane. He will get there in time. They actually have to be pretty considerate about what a Kennen and the rest of this team can bring for damage on the turret. Pretty good attack speed already on that champion, and now he's building AD, so they should be able to get through him quite fast.
Yeah, and you got to watch because the Mundo, if he's left unattended in the top side, then he's going to be able to get that. Huhi, dun-dun, Blabber, dun-dun.
Nope, he's surfaced.
Yeah, well, Blabber now has 4 stacks off of getting that last camp there, so he's got that extra range at 18 minutes. That's 18 minutes is around the point that I've said before where that's where if I don't have 4 stacks by 18 minutes, then I consider it like a game where I'm slightly behind. If an even game or a game where I'm doing well, I should have it at around 18 minutes. Not
what's really good.
Really good is if you can get it at like 12. That's if you've got like really good ganks off and the marks are hitting just right. You typically in solo queue will be able to get more scuttle crabs early.
Right.
So you should be able to get it by like 12, 15 minutes in a good game.
Heading over. 4 for him, so he's got 75 extra range. He's getting quiet in the brush.
Right now, though, even in gold, and this comes down to kind of figuring out what you can do with Darshan on the map, but who he's actually about to get ganked. Licorice is behind him, and then Blabber's in front. They aren't expecting the Mundo.
Realm Warp instantly puts himself towards the top side.
It's a short one, but
yes, quickly Realm Warp out. Rainover can body slam over the wall as they're just kind of taunting and peppering CLG with abilities here. All about that pink ward vision control as the Baron comes up, and who can protect it on the top side.
Yeah, Licorice has to back, go down bottom. Darshan is actually shoving this wave out so he can go do something on the map because he doesn't have teleport. So him being on the bottom side is actually really bad for CLG. He needs to be closer to fights or closer to a split push objective because he's not actually threatening 2 things at once. He can only threaten 1 thing at once. And top laners typically want to be able to threaten 2, the objective that you're pushing towards, and the team fight that you're going to TP to. And you only do 1 of those at a time right now.
We're looking at Licorice's build to start things off, saying, well, would it be magic resist? Would it just be armor? Just armor for him for now.
Yep.
He'll put the magic resist in later if he needs it. Stopwatch is so pivotal with the ultimate, complementary to that health gain. It's really all you need right now, and nothing's going to take you down from 100 to 0. Looking now at this game for Counter Logic, at the loss streak that they have, this is usually in the middle of the season if a CLG does find themselves in a slump. They start to repair it at that kind of 3/4 mark, find themselves in the playoff point as they move towards the end of the split. Here, slumping much later, and they even say it takes time to repair that slump from seasons past. It could be difficult coming into the back half of the season now that we're almost to week 8 with that slump still happening.
Yeah, but the big thing that I want to talk about here is the fact that we have CLG missing playoffs last split for the first time ever in the history of the organization. And now this one, they're in 8th place. Granted, they're 1 game behind 6th and could boost themselves up here. But like you said, the kind of trough that CLG goes through in their splits, sometimes it happens early and they figure things out. Like last split, it actually went a little too long, and then at the end, people were like, oh, they should be in playoffs. Look at how good they're playing.
Too much faith too early.
Right? Yeah, that's it. You start believing too. Jack! Damn it, Jack! As soon as he starts believing.
Everything turns around.
But Huhi, I actually like this from him. He's got a Spellbinder. So increases his movement speed, makes it so that when you cast spells, you'll get that extra AP. Interesting item for the Rise in particular, but I feel like now they're just playing Speed Racer. You have this Zillion that's running around really fast with his abilities, and then you also have Huhi's going to try to speed up and catch people. He also has Phase Rush to make sure that he can chase people down and kite. You also have to kite the Mundo later in the game too. But Infernal Drake on the table. No TP for Darshan. The setup is here. I feel like this is actually favorable for C9. They'll trade, I believe, this Infernal Drake for the top turret would be kind of what they're saying we'll give up for it.
Should be able to happen. Darshan staying focused. You can see he actually just used the minion, or his slicing Maelstrom again to clear a minion wave on the top right of his icon. So quick clears for him as he gets through, and a little bit more gold on the map. Rainover is going to be a ward wall on the way through as well for a little bit of protection here, as they also have Uhi pushing mid. A good chance to get more pressure onto Cloud9 as they're trying to take a breather.
Yeah. Push that top wave, clear out that jungle, and then push this mid wave. 6A is going to be able to pick up. Nice dodge there.
Little sidestep.
But that's going to put CLG at 4 turrets and 2. Granted, they don't have the Infernal Drake, but it's a price they're willing to pay for that map pressure, because now they get to shove waves up quite far.
The return's always interesting, right? Because we say that play, and then sometimes you see C9 coming out, and you're like, wait, that means Baron. Like, they've stayed out too long. So that play continuously, it's like, it never ends until everybody really slows down. Here, it's only kind of causing a bit more vision, but that's going to be tough for CLG to get back in and protect and place their own again.
Yeah, they have to kind of shove the waves, make sure they don't get caught, because C9 are looking for ganks. See Rainover and place vision. This is actually a very difficult point in the game to kind of figure out what you want to do as a team, because your split pusher in Darshan is not really winning 1v1s right now. And for C9, you still need to answer Kennen, because if you just leave him alone, he's going to take turrets. But you want to threaten Baron. And so there's all these things that need to be considered right now. And it basically comes down to vision control and picking. And I like that Rainover, it's actually an interesting build. It's very aggressive. It's AP focused here. Got the Zhonya's Hourglass as his second item, making sure that he can go in, maybe go body slam flash, set up his team with a play, and then Zhonya's and buy time and delay. There's so much consistent damage on Cloud9's side. The Kaisa and the Kindred both do so much to tanks.
And it moves so quick, it's hard to lock down as well.
Yeah.
Very slippery.
Like right here, Blabber, if he like Qs forward and gets that last attack, it would take Rainover below half before he can really answer on the Blabber.
Makes it tough. Slowly pushing into mid, but not able to move the wards too far forward. The thing they're happy with is the fact that the wards are just staying past river. Those are the ones that they can protect, and now they create a security system here in the side of CLG's jungle that anybody could fight for C9. Yeah, easy hold for Licorice on that bot side. 251 to 235, but remember, Darshan could teleport over if possible. Just how much effect does that 80 kind of bring to the fight, we keep saying?
It doesn't have much, and he's also got 1,400 gold. He wants his Rage Blade so you can just get your passive stack very quickly, because that's got an AD ratio on it that you really want to have multiplied, and have all that attack speed, because the Rage Blade, when it fully stacks, it's like a, I want to say it's an 80-ish or a 78% attack speed increase, 25%, and then 8 times 6. So 48% plus the 25% will get you to 73. So yeah, it's a 73% attack speed item when it's fully stacked up on the Ginsu's Rage Blade. So you really want that as the Kennen before you have these team fights. I think he has it now, and that's why he's backing.
Yeah, the effect that'll have of pushing the wave calls much more respect from Licorice too. He'll always have to be there. Not just to kind of say, hey, I can 1v1 you.
Well, it's also
1,700 gold from him.
It's also fun because, you know, the passive, the W gives you a stack of your stun. Yeah. And so you just keep throwing out these shurikens very, very quickly, and you just rotate stuns on them, basically, which is the auto attack. Hold on, Rainover. He's in range. They're going to see him. Are they going to risk this?
Double TP in. It's down to 3,000. Rainover can body slam over. This has to happen.
There it is.
Want to get it. Lambsdorff spike goes down. He's forced to flash out as he could go down before the Baron hits. Barrels go in, and it's going to be Blabbers. Cloud9 looking good to start the fight as Licorice is low with the ultimate on. Biofrost wants to taunt in, and he puts down the Spirit of Refuge to get out. I thought he was going to go over for a crazy hit. But the ultimate's been used for him. As you can see, it's already down, and Cloud9 are now Baron strong.
Blabber has been so impressive. Dokla even said, yo, Blabber's going to 1v9. I don't think it's that extreme right now, but he just mind-gamed Rainover so hard. He's like, we're going to do this in broad daylight. And we know that you can do this. It's not a 50-50. He throws down the ultimate when it's about 900 HP, and then Rainover smites it. So Rainover no longer has the smite. He has to flash out. And Jensen, whoa, I was like, pass to himself with the ball.
So much action. One barrel. Nailing Stixxay. Have to be very careful what the follow-up is here as C9 is hot on their heels. Top lane is going to be Licorice and Huhi as mid, pushed by Sneaky. They always have something in mind, even if they're giving CLG something to think about. Great job by C9 to kind of move off the ball and keep everything going.
Now, that's how they crack the game open. He's still even in gold right now, but they have to be able to push this up, use this Baron buffed up waves, and it's going to be pretty much confident, but this is your Acer Predator replay,
baby.
Acer Predator 200 IQ replay right here. Rainover goes in. He already smites it because he has to throw it down when he sees it's potentially in range. But Blabber calls it, says, nope, we're going to save the Baron. And then even though he pours one out there with the ultimate, because it is an AP Gragas, remember, it's going to do more damage than you would expect. It's still a smite from Blabber at about 580. So well played there. I thought he might play the mind games, and he does, and Rainover takes the bait.
Good try from CLG. They now have to defend against a quite strong Cloud9. That was really the breaking point of what's been happening here. We just saw CLG kind of activate their own fight just before the Baron.
If they're able to wave clear, though, I don't think it's that bad, because pushing this bottom wave up, you may get that outer tier 1 turret, you may get that inner tier 2 in the mid lane, but right now, it's like the game is still in a quote-unquote almost stalemate position, because Darshan just shoves waves incredibly far up, and then there really isn't like a clean team fight to get here, and there's only a minute left on this Baron. It got C9 like back to even and a little bit ahead, but if they'll get this bottom tier 1 off the rotation, and they'll get the Drake, and it's going to manifest as maybe a 2,000 gold lead when everything's all said and done. They're going to have to push for this next turret and try to get a little bit more here. But this is definitely on the weaker side of Baron power plays, because it wasn't really a fight where anybody died off of it. You had these respawn timers.
They have to work for this one. Looks like CLG will give them a respect on the outer turret.
All right, there we go.
The base turret will be definitely much harder to take. Funneling onto the stairs. He steps out.
Oh, Blabber went in.
Blabber a little too far forward. He has his flash to get out if it's going to be crazy after Lamb's respite. In goes Zeyzal. The fight on the other side of the map. Licorice and Darshan going head-to-head as Rainover. Not feeling good about this one. There goes Darshan. Rainover's on the stopwatch as Biofrost cannot help. They've already dropped Huhi, and Cloud9 pulled the trigger when CLG don't even think it could happen. But that's when the unthinkable comes through for C9. 30 minutes in, 7-4. They've pushed that 600 gold lead now to 7,000 in a matter of minutes. And that's going to crush down under the base of CLG. C9 pushed themselves ahead to 7-7 on the summer split and take down Counterlogic Gaming.
How is that for looking like a motivated team? They went from 2-6 as their record in the first 8 games, and then next 6 games, they are 5-1 since bringing in Blabber. This guy has done wonders for the team in that neutral state of the game. The Baron mind game over Rainover cracked it open, and then right there at the end, the combination